Greetings folks, this is Victor Haskins. In this episode we're going to discuss diatonic 7th chords. Let's investigate. Let's dive right in. So, if you look in the description box below this video, you'll see a link to the educational resources page on my website. I'll also place a link here on the video screen. And if you go to that link, you'll see a download link on that page, which corresponds to this episode, where you can get a zip file which contains all the common instrument transpositions of the exercises I'm going to describe in the following video. So, it's going to have the concert pitch instruments, B flat, E flat, F, and bass clef. Last episode we talked about diatonic triads. In this episode we're going to talk about diatonic 7th chords, which contain those diatonic triads but add a 7th above the root of each chord. I'll explain. So, our diatonic triad, that's based off of the first scale degree in the key of concert B flat, or C major for B flat instruments, which I'll be speaking in C major for the rest of the video, is our C major triad. That's the triad based off of the first scale degree. Okay, C, E, G. And our diatonic 7th chord adds the 7th diatonically above that root. So there's our root, and this is the 7th above it, which is B. And so our chord is, our diatonic 7th chord is C major 7. C major triad with a major 7 on top. C, E, G, B. And now I'll describe all the rest of the diatonic 7th chords in the key of C major. Our diatonic 7th chord, that's based off of the second scale degree, is D minor 7. D minor 7. So this is D minor with the minor 7 on top. Our diatonic 7th chord based off of the third scale degree in the key of C major is E minor 7. That's E minor triad with the minor 7 on top. Our diatonic 7th chord, based off of the fourth scale degree in the key of C major, is F major 7. So this is F major triad, F A C with E on top, F major 7. Our diatonic 7th chord, based off of the fifth scale degree in the key of C major, is G dominant 7. So we have a G major triad, G, B, D, with an F on top, which is a minor 7th. It's a major triad with a minor 7th interval on top, which gives you a dominant 7th chord. Our diatonic 7th chord, based off of the 6th scale degree in the key of C major, is A minor 7th. We have A minor triad, A, C, E, with a minor 7 on top, G. And our final diatonic 7th chord in the key of C major is B half diminished. So we have this, that's our sound. So we have this B diminished triad, B, D, F, with a minor 7 on top, A, gives you a B half diminished chord, or a B minor 7 flat 5 chord. Okay, so we're going to learn to hear these chords in a similar way that we learn to hear the diatonic triads. We're going to play 4 different permutations, at least in this episode, of the chords. We're going to play, first, we're going to go up the scale degrees and go up the chords. Okay, so if we start on our first scale degree, our first chord, C major 7, we're going to go up the chord, then we're going to go to D minor 7 and go up the chord. Then E minor 7 and go up the chord. And I would encourage you to sing along with what I'm about to play on this video here. That way you can start to hear the sound of the intervals and hear the sound of the chords as I arpeggiate them on the cornet. And I'll try to keep it in a reasonable singing range. Here we go. we're going to do our second permutation now, where we're going to go up the scale degrees again, but we're going to go down the chords. So if we start on C major 7, we're going to start on its 7th, which is B, and then go down the chord, and then we're going to do D minor 7th and start on its 7th and go down to D. So here's what that sounds like, starting on C major 7. Now D minor 7. Now E minor 7. And so on and so forth. Here's what that sounds like. Now we're going to go down the scale degrees and go up the chords. So starting on C major 7, we're going to go, and now B half diminished, and now A minor 7, and so on and so forth. Down the scale degrees, up the chords. And now in our final permutation, we're going to go down the scale degrees and down the chords. So, starting on C major 7, we'll start on its 7. B half diminished, A minor 7, and so on and so forth. Here's what that sounds like. So, those are our exercises to initially hear the chords, the diatonic 7th chords, in succession. I hope you guys take time to sing along with that and then play along with it on your instruments. And once again, look in the description box below and where you can get the download of the sheet music, and try to learn it as much as possible. Try to get away from reading it. I mean, obviously, if you have to read it to begin with, then that's necessary. But as soon as possible, internalize those sounds. That way you can start imagining the sounds. That way they can become a part of your imagination and part of you. And that way it'll become more useful. And there will be some guided practice episodes coming soon of me practicing them with the metronome that you can do along with me. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, leave any questions in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you.